Okay, the other fellas finally took off, and I hooked up with them, and we headed west and then north out of Cache Valley Airport. Up ahead there's Keith Haggard on the left with his red and black wing, Scott Stewart with his red, white, and blue wing, and coming up into the picture here in a little bit off to the right is Brian Peterson with his also red, white, and blue wing. Brian's a little farther out there than in this video. Okay, off we go to take in all the sights of Cache Valley. One of the things that's kind of fun in a powered parachute is being able to fly down low and slow. So I think that's Scott and Keith down there kind of playing tag with some hay bales in the field. Their parachutes were a little faster than mine, and so they kept swinging back and picking me up again, and we just kind of sort of danced a little bit through the sky up there. A little formation flying is kind of fun every now and then, and at just 30 miles an hour there's not too much to worry about collisions as long as we keep our heads on a swivel and watch out for the other guys. And of course it does help to be in radio communication with one another. Even one of these little powered parachutes can have a surprising amount of wake turbulence if you happen to fly through the wake of another aircraft ahead of you. Gets a little bit lumpy, but not too bad. We continued on north up through Cache Valley, heading towards Idaho. Again, it was just a beautifully gentle, fine, smooth day. Boy, the abundance of our land is something to behold. Look at all that wheat, grain, rye, whatever it happens to be down there, all just about ready to be harvested and turned into bread or waffles or who knows what. When you fly over the country, you can see how blessed we really, really are. We finally came to Newton Reservoir, flew over the dam and then out over the lake, where there were a few people on a nice Saturday morning enjoying some boating and fishing down there. Looked like a lot of fun. But I'm still sure we're having more fun up here than they are down there. A couple of kayakers and some folks over here on a sort of a platform boat, I think it was. Looked like they might have been thinking about going water skiing. Then again, I just found out that Newton Reservoir is apparently a wakeless lake where you can't build up speed and make big waves. So I guess they probably weren't planning on going water skiing. A few more folks down there in boats. Looked like some fishing lines out. Two guys in this little boat were so intent on their fishing that they didn't even bother to look up as we went by. At this point, I had been out flying for a little over an hour. And since I'm not entirely sure how much fuel consumption I have in my aircraft, I decided it was time to turn back and head for the airport before I heard that awful sputtering sound that you never want to hear. And so on to the south, back towards Logan and Logan Airport, past a little hill out here in the middle of the valley that's called Little Mountain, one of probably 200 or 300 little mountains in Utah, scattered around the state. But still, I don't know much about the geology of this particular mountain, except that Cache Valley is at the eastern edge of what's called the Basin and Range Province. Cache Valley is actually a part of our country now where the valley floor is dropping. It's dropping down because our nation, our continent, is in tension, being pulled apart a little bit now. And so these valleys drop downward, and mountains on either side of them tend to look like they're higher up. Does that make sense? Anyway, Little Mountain may well just be an outlier, a place where the valley floor didn't drop as it has in other places. So, a fine day of flying, and back to the airport.